Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here, and welcome to what is more or less the finale of the Sniper Elite 5 Collectibles Guide. This is the last mission with Collectibles, Mission 8, Rubble and Ruin. If you have found this series useful, I would really appreciate dropping a like on the video and considering subscribing for future content similar to this. Near the very beginning of the mission, walk forward, you'll find a little plaza with a fountain. Here you can find a classified document. A little bit past the last collectible, you'll reach what is essentially the actual beginning of the mission, where you slide down this large ramp to enter the Rubble and Ruin. And directly in front of you, a little bit to your left, there will be two enemies standing outside of this shop. But once you take them out, you can also grab classified document number 2. Next up, we're going to grab a personal letter that's a little bit out of the way. From that bottom of the ramp that we just slid down, instead of going to the left for that letter, go to the right. So we are going east. And going east, you'll see this small hole that you can crawl through, so do so. Now, obviously, once on the other side, just stand up. You'll see the satchel door right in front of you. You can blow it up, but it's actually just easier to go around back. And here there will be a ladder that leads to the upstairs. And upstairs, there's a door we want to get through, but it's going to be locked as well. So what we can do is just go downstairs and grab the key really quick. You can also open the satchel door from the other side if you want. And once you get the building key, go upstairs, open the door, and find the first personal letter of the mission inside. We're then going to go back to that main road, and we're going to head west, kind of towards the kill target first. And once you reach this area, there will be a mounted turret, and you can take that out. And there will also be an officer that tends to hang out inside of this building. This officer will have the interrogation room key, which will just save us a satchel charge in case you don't have one. And on the right side of the road, you will find the épicerie. And if you go inside, go all the way to the back, you will find a small kind of hole in the ground that leads to the basement. Once you are in there, you can just follow along the doors and the hallways towards the third classified document for this mission.
Locations for the resistance caches in the city. Better get to these.
We're then back out in the road here on the west side of the map, right next to that mounted machine gun from earlier. And instead of going to the right side of the road, we want to go to the left side of the road. Here you will find the Metro de Café. And if you go inside of here, you can go up the stairs, go around the corner, go around the next corner, and then you'll have to climb up. You can then continue forward around the corner here, and you'll find a locked door. If you open up that door, you will get a starting location for the area. I believe there's a satchel charge in here you can grab, but if you climb even higher up into the attic, you get a great sniping spot, but also another classified document. We then moved a little bit north towards the kill target, and you'll end up here. There's a small plaza that kind of opens up right before. And if you go here, you can walk forward through this gate. You'll notice the green tent on your left, but there is a building with its back blown out. And here you can enter, go inside, and find the SMG Workbench. This is the only time they really use this mechanic in the game, but you have to get a running start and then jump, and you should be able to make it across the gap. Climb up, and you'll interact with the SMG Workbench. From this workbench, we can also find Stone Eagle number 1. If you just look to the kind of north, you'll notice the building with the kill target inside, and you'll notice kind of the front door. Right above the front door, you can find our first Stone Eagle. This one's actually really easy, but the second one is a giant pain, but you know the drill, take it out. We've then kind of made our way into the very center of the map. There's this kind of upside down U shape where the street goes around in a bit of a corner. And here you'll find La Dernière Cadouche, whatever that means. And if you go up to it to the right hand side, you can climb up the ladder or you can go inside, but you'll end up on the second floor. And on the second floor, you can find a crowbar on one side, and you can find a chest. You can open up that chest with the crowbar to find personal letter number 2. We've then actually navigated a little bit south towards the giant building in the middle, which is a church. There are 2 items in here that we're going to grab for collectibles. You can enter from either side. There will be a bunch of enemies, so take care of them. You can also drop the chandelier right in the middle. But if you go to the northern side inside the church, there is a ladder that you can climb up. And then once you climb up this first ladder, there is another ladder that you'll see kind of directly in front of you. If you climb that ladder all the way to the top, you can kill a sniper as well as get a good vantage point on the city. However, halfway up, you can also get off the ladder by aiming in the other direction and trying to walk there. And here in this corner, you'll find a painting. Unfortunately, I already picked it up and forgot to record, but I promise you it'll be here. Additionally, in this church, you can find the pistol workbench. We're going to head back onto the ladder, but this time we're going to go down. And once we're at the bottom of the ladder, don't go all the way to the ground floor. Instead, drop down onto this ledge, then turn to the right and climb up onto this kind of balcony area. Once here, there is another ladder that we can climb down. You can actually hold the sprint button to slide down ladders or hold B to drop down the ladder, and then drop into the hole. And inside of here, you'll find the pistol workbench, as well as 2 different exits that we can leave out of. I'd recommend leaving out of the east one. So we've headed to the east now, and there is this kind of intersection here. It's hard to describe with words, but you can see it very clearly on the map. And in this intersection, there's a green building and a red brick building with green windows. Go inside of that building and stay on the main floor. And here you can find personal letter number 3. You can also go upstairs to unlock a starting location. Now from here, you can also find what I believe might be the stupidest stone eagle in the entire game, as I tried to figure out better sightlines for it, but this is all I could figure out. If you stand right where that collectible is and look out of the window to the south, you should notice a stone eagle on a building top. It's really hard to see because of how the aim down sight works in this game, but if you scope through the window, there aren't that many buildings for you to browse. There will be a lot of bullet drop if your rifle doesn't have a lot of power though, but once you take it out, that'll be 2 out of 3. We then head a little bit north from the last collectible towards our main objective, which is the sewer. And once you're here, don't go down low and underneath this bridge. Instead, stick up high and go into this white building with the blue window trims. Stay on the main floor and enter the first door on your right-hand side on the ground floor. In this door, you'll find personal letter number 4, or inside the room rather. But don't leave this building. There's a couple more things we can grab before we leave. Now turn around and we'll start heading up the stairs. If you have the crowbar, open up the chest at the top of the stairs, and inside you'll reveal a key for a safe that we'll need. You can also use a satchel charge on this safe, or you can find the keys downstairs in another room if you don't have the crowbar for some reason. But now that you have the keys, you can enter this room right here, which is the hotel key. And then once you're inside of here, there's a safe. You can open up that safe, and inside you will be able to find our last classified document in the game. If you've kept along with all of the videos and not missed anything, congratulations on your achievement or trophy.
I can exploit the refueling process and blow Kraken sky high.
Now from the previous location of the last collectible, we're inside of that building next to the safe. We can also find Stone Eagle number 3 here, although it's pretty far away, around 400 meters. If you leave that office room and head up onto the balcony, you can look directly to the northeast and you can find these 2 kind of fuel tank system things. And just to the left of that, you can find the Stone Eagle. You might want to mark it with your binoculars. Now, I don't have a very high-powered rifle, so the bullet drop on this shot is absolutely insane. But once you grab it, you are good to move on. You will then eventually reach your main objective, which is to enter the sewer. At this point, the game will warn you that this is kind of a point of no return, so I'd highly recommend making a manual save just in case you want to come back to the city, and make sure you have all the collectibles before going through this door. As soon as you go through this door though, there will be a short little cutscene, and you'll pretty much spawn directly next to personal letter number 5. And once you pick this up, you will unlock an achievement or trophy for getting them all if you've been keeping up.
Never. Gotta finish this.
From this personal letter, we can find the next collectible, which is a hidden item. Turn around and start following the path towards the sewers. This looks like a maze, but there's really only one way to go. If you end up inside of this office room, you'll find a crowbar on the desk, but there's also a safe. And you'll be able to open up the safe based on some of the collectibles we've grabbed earlier, which will give you intel on how to open it. Or you can find a satchel charge nearby and then blow it open. But inside you won't find the collectible just yet. You will find the sewer pump room key. So grab that key, grab the crowbar if you don't already have one, and then head back down the stairs that we used to enter the room. Directly in front of you, there should be a pretty obvious door that we're going to try to enter using the key now. It can be a little bit weird to get it to trigger. And inside there are a couple of chests. All of them have something pretty good in them, but the first chest on your right will have hidden item number 2. Our last workbench in the game can be found as we proceed through this very linear path into this large and open building, although we will be underground. Don't worry, you can't miss this room. As soon as you enter, directly in front of you will be 4 enemies, sometimes 3, depending on the movements. But you can find an armory key on one of the Jaegers on the left-hand side, or you can find an armory key inside of the crate that can be broken into using a crowbar nearby. Pick up the armory key to save yourself a satchel just in case. And after you get the armory key, the armory is just to the left. Open it up, go inside, and you'll find the rifle workbench, our final workbench in the game. And you should unlock another achievement or trophy if you've been keeping up. Here we have the last hidden item in the game. However, there is an achievement or trophy that's missable that I'm going to show you how to get after this collectible. So make sure you watch the video all the way to the end if you want to get as much as possible done in one playthrough. I've taken out all 3 of the U-boats, which has opened up the door into the final area of this large kind of compound. And then once I go through, I can go to the west and up these stairs into this kind of central office that overlooks the rest of this area. And once inside of here, there's these large blueprints on the table that I can grab for our last hidden item. Now I'm ready to arm the final shot in the game. We're then near the very end of the mission. I've armed up the base and I have to travel towards my vantage point. I'm going to be taking a shot here, and the achievement or trophy is called Don't Hold Your Breath, and it's for not using empty lung while taking the final shot on this mission. Now what we're going to do is go up this ladder, and I would highly recommend making a manual save just in case you missed a shot or your reflexes kick in and you accidentally used empty lung. You can just reload the save and try again. Go inside of here. You can use your own rifle or the rifle on the table. Look through the vantage point. And what I'm actually going to do is, like I said, save the game just in case I miss. I can always retry the shot. But I'm actually going to use empty lung to get an idea of how much bullet drop I'm going to have. Once I have an idea of how much bullet drop I have, I'm going to undo empty lung and then take the shot to finish the mission. I will unlock the achievement or trophy called Don't Hold Your Breath here, and then all we have to do is mission 9, Loose Ends, which you can do in like 30 seconds. A couple of quick notes before I go. I have enabled super thanks, so if you are looking to financially support the channel through the YouTube comments, you can do so now. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Don't forget to drop a like, share this series with a friend, and hopefully I see you next time. Peace.